On today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at Transformers, Earthrise, War for Cybertron Trilogy, Autobot, Wheeljack. And I gotta say, this figure is very cool. And we're going to take a look at the box art real fast. And here's Wheeljack. And this box art is amazing. And he's a deluxe class. We got Earthrise. We got his name right here. Autobot. Transformers, Generations, Takara Tomy. On the side, we got the Earthrise box art. And on the back, I got Wheeljack here. 18 steps to transform into his Lancia Stratos vehicle. And also, a little tie-in here. If you have a sound barrier, you can add him to Wheeljack as a shield. Pretty cool. And I think that's it for the box. We got the Autobot logo. We still got Galvatron floating in space. But that's about it for this box. So, let's take a look at Wheeljack. So here we have Wheeljack in his vehicle mode. And we're going to take a look at this vehicle in detail. And we're going to come up real quick and take a look at all his sponsors he has on the sides of his car mode. And we see Praxis, CybertronCon, we got Cybertronian word there, we got Swerve, Autobot logo, Ricochet, 638, Velocitron Racing 1984. Ooh, that's a nice callback. That's really hard to read. Checkered flag. Got those. Got the Rally X. We got CybertronCon. We got Iacon Modulator. We got Wheeljack Modulator. And I think that is Italian there. It's a nice callback to the vehicle for Inventor, I believe. And on the other side of the car, got the same thing there. We got the 638. We got Iacon. Some of these are really hard to see. And we got the Velocitron Race 84 again. We got the CybertronCon. Swerve. Got the Aerobolt with some Cybertronian lettering right under. On the spoiler, Aerobolt. Cybertronian writing right below it. And if we take the weapon off real quick, we got the Autobot logo. Come to the front. We got nice molded detail for the hood. We got headlights right here, except they're not painted, but we got that black grille. I wish there was a little bit like how they got right up here, like these lines. Should have been, I was maybe down here like that, just to tie in some extra molded detail maybe. It's just an idea. I'm not sure if that's how the vehicle in particular should look. And on the back, here's our tail lights. If we'll have to get looks like we may need to get an upgrade kit for this, but we got 5mm ports for now. We got this nice molded detail on the back. Got the two exhausts. It's pretty cool. And I like how they did the windshield for the transformation and everything, and I'll take a look at that in a little bit. But there's Wheeljack. And one more thing, we're going to take a look at his weapon he got. He got a little shoulder cannon. And that's about it. He didn't come with anything else. Not like a wrench or some kind of like Cybertronian tools. Like he's always working on something, fixing something to help the Autobots. But very cool. Interesting. It just goes right up here. Store it up here. Or if you don't want it up there for some reason, you want to show off the whole car, just plug it in right there. Can't even see it. Very cool. So, Wheeljack next to his mold mate, Generation Selects Mercenary exhaust. And I gotta say, like, these two next to each other, having two Lancia Stratos vehicles next to each other is very, very cool. I already done a review on exhaust, If anybody wants to take a look at it, it's on my channel. And I gotta say, these guys are awesome. I'm glad I picked up Wheeljack. And they are practically the same figure in vehicle mode, except for the paint apps and the tampographed sponsor stuff that they have on the sides. They're going to have different things. Underneath, I didn't show that earlier. That's how they are compact for the transformation. It's really clean cut. Look, you wouldn't notice the transformer just by looking at it from the front. It's very cool. So, what else can we do with these guys? So here I have Wheeljack with Siege Ironhide and his wavemate Earthrise Cliff Jumper. And I gotta say, these guys look great together. To have the Autobot team coming together here in vehicle mode, and these guys complement each other so much. And Wheeljack, I gotta say, just lift them up real quick. Just want to show that he's almost as big, well, long, I should say, as Ironhide. It's pretty close, but Ironhide still has his feet sticking out. So without his feet sticking out, because of this transformation, they would be the same size, which is pretty cool. So, and then we have Cliff Jumper. See how much smaller this guy is, which we already know. He's a little guy, but he's a fantastic transformer. And Wheeljack is that much more, which isn't bad. It's very cool. Let's take a look at some other transformers. So here I have Prow with Wheeljack, and I'm going to say that Wheeljack is slightly longer than him, and I'm going to say that with the light bar from Prow, he's definitely higher than Wheeljack, but that's okay. These guys look great together. And here I have Siege Optimus Prime next to Wheeljack, and just to get a comparison on the size difference here in the vehicles, and obviously Optimus Prime is going to be bigger, but these guys look great together as well. Very cool. So let's start that transformation. So, remove this, set it to the side, turn his spoiler, angle it already just like that. You're going to come over here, get under him, get my nail there, just free that, lift up, just slightly do that, freeze this arm, come over here, same thing, lift his head up, put my thumb under the thing, control how to get the click without breaking the ball joint here on his head, which get a little bit there. And do we see those blue eyes? Yep. Very cool. So now you're going to take this side, and here you're going to just turn. Just like that, because here's his chest. And you're going to lift up, just like that. You just got to get your nail under it. It's on this hinge here. Lift up, straighten them out, bring it up, close. Very cool. Now, I'm going to go like this real quick just to free his legs up. And wiggle. There we go. And you want to take this piece, the shield, and just bend it down like that, okay? Bring it down to about there. That'll lock in on its own. Bend his foot. Same thing over here, just different leg. There we go. Foot. And he's just slightly bigger than I thought. And there we go. There's Wheeljack. Just straighten out his arms. He looks a little disheveled. There we go. Weapon. Shoulder cannon. Let's throw that on there. That's his only accessory. We have Wheeljack in robot mode, and I just wanted to show off that he does have his blue eyes, and they did a good job with that, except for all they had to do was just add some light piping in the back, or a brighter blue, just to show them off. If not, they're hard to see. So let's take a look at his range and motion overall. So overall he has his shoulders kind of bump right back here, but if you kind of bring it out, you can still get that full rotation on his shoulder. He does have 90 degrees on his elbow. Does have full wrist rotation. His head's on a ball joint. And it can turn, I think, a full 360, but my figure is so stiff, I just don't want to risk it, but it can. Just be careful with that. Down here you got the feet. You can do kick forward. He's got 90-degree bending. And he can also kick back a little bit. Just, you're in a creak. And also he can do the splits. So he does have really good flexibility, and also does have ankle tilt. Oop. If you push up too far, you're going to pull this off of this peg here. You don't want to do that. So if you lift up too much on the ankle tilt, and you're trying to return the foot, yeah, you got to be careful with that. And here I have Earthrise Wheeljack next to Generation Selects Mercenary Exhaust. And these guys look great together. They complement each other so well. Since '84 to now, we got Wheeljack here with his nice blue eyes face sculpt versus Exhaust has that unique head sculpt. And unfortunately, for when we get to see the Earthrise chapter, we already got the trailer, Exhaust is going to have Wheeljack's head instead of this one, which is a little disappointment, but it's great that they introduced Exhaust into the Earthrise chapter. But these guys look fantastic together. So here I have Wheeljack next to Optimus Prime, Siege, and also Ironhide from the Siege line. Just give you a comparison with Voyager and a larger than normal Deluxe next to Wheeljack. And here I have Wheeljack with Siege Prow and Earthrise Cliff Jumper, just to see how well they scale. With sound barrier, just to show off that kind of that Captain America looking shield for Wheeljack that was on the back of the box. Very cool. My final thoughts on this Transformers Earthrise Wheeljack. Overall, I'm impressed. The only gripe I have, I mean, we got the blue eyes right there. I just wish they would add some light piping on the back of his head. That's really it. I mean, once in a while, these pieces do come out, but if you're really careful on the transformation, they never will. And on the back, one thing I didn't mention, there's no backpack. This is a perfect figure, in my opinion, for a $20 value. And honestly, is he badass? I think he is. So, with that being said, that's it for the review. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll be bringing more Transformer content in the near future.